everyone, it's Shel C, and today I'm sharing with you day 6 of my 100 Days Project 2021, which I am making mixed media collage small pieces. This one is a 3 by 4 gallery wrapped canvas, so it has thick sides and a wooden frame in the back, but it's tiny. And I wanted to make something kind of, I don't know, I was inspired by this napkin that I have on the left hand side. I'm actually going to use the napkin. It had kind of this vintagey travel postcard feel to it. Like, oh, the lazy days of summer on the beach with your pina colada in a coconut, that type of feel. And man, do I wish that would just manifest and appear and I could just go right now and drink pina coladas on the beach in the hazy days of summer. Maybe next summer. I don't know, but it certainly isn't right now. It is, however, warming up in Tucson, Arizona. So I feel for all of you who are suffering through winter storms. It's fairly warm here. Um, nice enough to walk outside around the neighborhood without a jacket or anything. I mean, I can just go outside. So it's nice. I had these different pieces that I picked out, different scraps that I picked out from my piles and piles and piles of paper, and the one with a little island on it is from the actual napkin. It was the border across the bottom, and then I have this piece of what I think was probably scrapbook paper that has some sort of markings on it. I don't know if it's supposed to be some type of writing or hieroglyphs or something, but it's basically just like a piece of paper that's tannish color with this interesting writing on it. It's the right colors, plus it has interesting shapes. And then I had another piece that was a map, and I have one little scrap of dictionary paper. It was just a little scrap that was in my pile and left over from something else. And oh, I have a piece of paper that has some olive green and gold paint of some sort on there. It's definitely not permanent paint. I don't know what it is exactly. I don't remember. Maybe it was a spray. I'm not sure. But anyway, it had some interesting pattern from the splatter of the paint. I don't know if it was maybe some paint on the gel plate that got picked up. Like maybe I was trying water soluble media, or well, it couldn't be acrylic ink. I don't know. Anyway, it was a piece of 6 by 6 paper that I had. It looked like a gel print, but then when I started to apply it to the canvas, the color was coming off. So it's not it's not acrylic paint. It's not acrylic ink. It's not alcohol ink. So maybe it was when I was playing with watercolors on the gel plate. That's my best guess. But anyway, it was interesting colors. I thought it went with the whole watery feel of this project. I'm sorry that a lot of action is going on off the camera. I zoomed in because this was such a small little canvas, like the size of my hand. I zoomed in and then I forget that it's zoomed, and I tend to draw things closer to myself to work on them instead of keeping them in the center of the camera. I think eventually I figured that out and I tilted the camera a little bit better. The camera is mounted above my desk, and it's on a little thing that can move. So if I zoom in, I need to like tip it down a little bit, and I forgot to do that. So after everything that was all these different little bits of paper were glued down, I decided to kind of unify everything, all this different collage bits, by mixing some glazing medium, which is a clear acrylic medium that has no color to it. I mixed it with a little bit of unbleached titanium and a little bit of raw sienna. So raw sienna is kind of a golden color, and then of course unbleached titanium is tan, parchment color. And I put that all over the canvas, and then I kind of blotted it back in some places. And then in other places where I thought things were too obvious, I added a little bit more until I was satisfied that the background was looking more unified and not just like a bunch of different pieces of paper that have been glued on, which is what it was, of course, but you know, these steps make a difference in your final product. So then I decided to put the palm tree on. I think this is a really cool image. I have some special collage medium that's from Deco Arts. It's called napkin collage or something like that. It's specifically for napkins, and it does have some sort of a, I want to say maybe a shrinking agent. I mean, I'm not a chemist and I don't know how they make this stuff, but it seems like napkins are very difficult to collage. They want to wrinkle, they want to tear, they want to bubble. They're notoriously difficult to work with, but this stuff seems to flatten out as it dries. So I do like to use it when I'm using like a large piece of napkin like this. That's about the only thing I use it for. Uh, but it seems to work to make the napkin behave better. You still have to be gentle with it. You still have to be careful. But it doesn't bubble and wrinkle and act like a jerk as much as it does with other mediums. So I used that to glue down my palm tree image from the napkin. And now I'm using some Stabilo Woodies and then eventually some King Art gel sticks to um, to brighten up the colors or intensify the colors to make this napkin fit into the background as a unified piece so that it doesn't just look like something that's been stuck on there. That's the thing that I see a lot with collage, and it's a personal preference. You can do collage any way that you want, but for me, I want things to appear as if it was intentional, as if that there is some way that this all these disparate pieces that I've stuck together look as if they are one piece of art. And I think that that is the magic of collage. I think that if you can figure out how to do that with however you do it, adding shadows, adding highlights, adding color, adding blending things together with your fingers, whatever you do, or you know, a combination of those. I think that when you can master that, so that your final piece doesn't look like something that got glued together and slapped together, then you are doing well with your collage art. So that's just me. That's how I feel about it. The King Art gel sticks are not a permanent solution here. They will be sealed with some spray matte. I'll put 3 coats of it on there because that stuff, it is very water reactive. It would fall off if you got it wet. But they are nice in that you can blend them with your fingers, which I did. I blended in that kind of Tiffany blue and the kind of golden color in the background. I blended them together so that it looked finished and I could do it with my finger, which I liked. The other ones that I was using, Stabilo Woodies, you can blend them a little bit with your finger, but you kind of need to get your finger wet. And these just blend completely with, they're just completely soft, like creamy, like lipstick. They feel kind of like lipstick. I don't know if you'd want to put them on your lips, probably not, but that's kind of the feel that you get. They're very creamy and soft. I have this big set of them. I hardly ever use them. I just had to have them one night. They came across on my Instagram feed. I'm like, oh, have to have it. You know, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Click, click, PayPal, bam, bam. And then they show up a week later. I'm like, huh, where did this come from? Oh, that's right. Middle of the night purchasing. So then I wanted to just add some more stuff. And so I'm using this stencil that was designed by Seth Apter for Stencil Girl Products. This stencil, it comes as a 9 by 12, but they're designed for ATCs. They're that size, 2.5 by 3.5 ATC size. And so you can cut it into 9 pieces. And so I cut it into 9 pieces and then I put it on this little screw together key ring to keep them together. And this was the perfect kind of design, kind of almost a Hawaiian print, tribal looking design. And I used that titanium white with mixed with actual unbleached titanium just to make it a little bit not so bright. And I also applied it with a makeup applicator so that I could blend the edges a little bit. And I thought it was really cool. Then I sat there and looked at it and said, it needs something. It needs something. What does it need? It needs something, something, something. What does it need? This is what I'm thinking. And I finally figured it out. I hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment or question below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on your notification bells and share this on Pinterest or Facebook. All those things help my channel grow by helping people find me using the YouTube algorithm magic that is what YouTube is. So then the final thing that I did is I have this little saying from a stamp set, and it says, what does it say? Joy is not in things, it is in us. And I decided to stamp it on some tissue paper using some permanent ink. It's a Stays-On pad that's coffee colored, I think, or something. I don't know, cappuccino maybe. And I put it on tissue. I cut it out with some water to make the edges fluffy and deckled. And then I collaged it down and I touched up the color a little bit. And that was it for this canvas, which was day 6. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.